A lot of people will say that, hey, the number one place that I started saving, the number one place I started building wealth was inside of my employer-sponsored retirement plan. And that actually leads to our number 5 mind-blowing stat. 61% of 401k plans now have automatic enrollment, where if you don't want to participate, if you don't want to be part, you actually have to opt out as opposed to opt in. And the results of this small little change have been mind-blowing.
Yeah, this warms my heart a little bit, is because of the way some legislation changed and encouraged employers. We put the headline on here because we're both Georgia boys from Athens, Georgia. Automatic for the people. Look at what has happened since 2006. Automatic for the people has caused people, now we got 61% auto enrollment. More people are going into retirement plans, and their future selves will thank them for it, because this is what helps you build your great, big, beautiful tomorrow.
Think about this. Plans that had automatic enrollment had a 94% participation rate compared to 64% without that. That means that because of this automatic enrollment, people are, I say being forced, that's not true, but it's a lot, people frankly are not willing to take hold of their financial life. And because the automatic enrollment is doing that for them, it's getting them participating. And of those, 69% of folks who do automatic enrollment have it built in where every year it gets 1% better. So this year I got automatically enrolled at 3%, and next year it's going to be 4%. And the year after that's going to be 5%. And what's awesome about that is that if you start early enough, it does not take a lot to have a huge impact. We actually have a great deliverable. You can go to moneyguy.com/resources and download what 1% more can do for you. And I want you to think about this in the context of these 69% of participants in the automatic enrollment plan that are getting 1% better every single year. It is making a huge, drastic impact to what their retirement will look like. They are literally replacing years of their retirement living need just by being in automatic enrollment and improving their savings rate every year.
For my podcast listeners, because they're not seeing this on the screen, this is why I want you to go get this deliverable so you can see specifically for your age group. A 20-year-old who actually increases this by 1% can almost impact your retirement by 10%.
It's huge.
Think about that. 1% equals 10% in retirement. For a 30-year-old, that 1% change can change your retirement by close to 5%.
Awesome.
Guys, these are small decisions that are going to have big results for you. So that's the takeaway, is make the good habits as easy as possible, and you can automate this because that makes it that much easier and more likely to create success for the long term.
And I want to be clear, the way that automatic enrollment works for a 401k plan is the plan sponsors, hey, you didn't tell me what you want to do, so I'm going to automatically make you do it. We don't want you to be in that camp. We want you to volitionally decide, I want to do this. I want to contribute. But if you can set it up to happen automatic, you are going to make that good habit as easy as possible. And you'll be amazed what happens after 6, 8, 12, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years. You'll look back and say, holy cow, that little automated process that I put into place had a huge impact. And even if you can't save 25%, or you can't save the desired savings that you want to do, something is better than nothing. Maybe you can only start with $20 a month. Maybe you can only start with $100 a month. Maybe just do this. Take your take-home pay, whatever your paycheck is, whether it's a monthly paycheck or a weekly or a bi-weekly, and just say, okay, whatever that net amount is, I'm just going to save 5%. I'm going to take 5% of that amount, and I am going to choose not to spend it, but rather to put it aside for my future self. And you will be amazed at how that can change your financial life.
Yeah, and I love the fact, because we're giving all the benefits of automating, but that's really only half the battle. Guys, take an active role in what you're investing in as well. And then please, if you don't hear anything else on the show, because this leads to the next point that we'll bring up, make sure the money's actually getting invested. Nothing breaks my heart more when I find out people are really good at the saving side of things, because that's the discipline. But you got to finish the drill and actually put your money into your army of dollar bills so they can work just as hard for you. So make sure you invest that money, because the next stat that's going to break your heart is when you find out 28%. Now, we were just talking about 401ks, but 28% of IRA rollovers remained in cash after 7 years.
Wild.
What are we doing?
So Andy Reid, he's the head of investor research behavior at Vanguard. He literally called this, he said, IRA cash sitting in IRAs is $1 billion dollar blind spot. Folks putting their money into IRAs via rollovers or contributions and not doing anything with it. And so you may be asking the question, okay, well how's this happen? What's going on here? 68% of folks said they didn't realize it was in cash. Oh, I thought it was being invested, but it just sat there in cash. 48% said, hey, I thought as soon as I rolled it over, Vanguard was just going to take care of it. They're going to automatically invest it. I thought this was going to happen for me. And then 15% of folks said, you know what? I knew I was supposed to do it. I knew I was supposed to invest. I knew I was supposed to get it working for me. I just never got around to it. I just never did it. Half the battle is saving the money. Half the battle is putting the money into an account and not spending it today. But you have to make sure you finish the drill. You have to make sure you actually invest those dollars so that they can begin working for you.
So let's fix this today. If you go look at the key takeaways from this is know what your dollars are invested in. Or first, just listen to the show, hit pause right now, and then go pull up your accounts and say, oh, whew,
okay, good, I'm invested.
Make sure this money is truly invested so you're not part of this horrible statistic.
And remember, automated does not mean autopilot. Automated means, hey, every month I'm going to have my money come out, and it's going to go to work, and I'm going to have automatic purchases, and I'm going to have that taken. But I'm not going to ignore it. I'm going to check my monthly account statement. I'm going to look at my quarterly report. I'm going to do my annual net worth statement. So even though I have an automatic process in place, making the good habit as easy as possible, I'm still going to be the field general. I'm still going to keep an eye on what my dollars are doing to make sure that they're doing exactly what they're supposed to be doing.
Yeah, and I think this last one, this kind of made me sad a little bit because I like to think a lot of these people is just a mistake. But then I see the stat is because we say you don't have to have it all figured out. And what I mean by that is that when they surveyed these people, they found 27% said they didn't invest because they were overwhelmed with all the investment decisions.
Doesn't have to be that
Guys,
hard.
This is something, a lot of ways, this is why we talk about target index funds, is because you just choose how much you can save, when you need it. Or if you're just, maybe you've progressed beyond that, you can do just general index funds. Just make sure you don't have to get cute with this. Put your money to work. Let your army of dollar bills do some work for you.